In the heart of a quiet, sleepy village, nestled among gentle hills and winding streams, lived a small, curious hedgehog named Oliver. Every night, Oliver would peer out from his cozy burrow, gazing up at the sky where the moon shone softly, casting silvery light over the world. But one evening, as he scurried under the old oak tree, Oliver spotted something strange, a dusty, ancient book tucked away behind the roots. With tiny paws, Oliver tugged the book free and brushed off the dust. To his surprise, the moment he touched its cover, the ground shimmered and swirled around him, and suddenly, he found himself in a glowing meadow filled with flowers of every imaginable color. But these weren't ordinary flowers, they whispered secrets and clues about the moon's disappearance. A delicate violet blossom whispered, "Seek the silver star that flickers in the night sky." A bright yellow sunflower swayed gently, "Follow the melody of the wind that sings through the trees." And a shy bluebell softly murmured, "Visit the shimmering pond where the moon's reflection once danced." Oliver listened carefully, understanding that each clue led to a part of a puzzle, the puzzle to bring back the moon. As he followed the clues, Oliver learned about patience, teamwork, and that sometimes, a little curiosity can lead to the greatest adventures and true discoveries. Finally, Oliver reached the pond, where he saw the moon's reflection flickering faintly. With the help of the whispering flowers, he realized that everyone, no matter how small, can be bright and important. He gently scooped a piece of the shimmering pond water, an idea that the moon's light was not lost but hiding, waiting to be found again. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and imagined the moon shining brighter than ever. Suddenly, a gentle glow spread across the meadow, then reached the village, lighting the night sky once more. When Oliver opened his eyes, he was back under the old oak tree, the dusty book closed beside him. He knew now that curiosity, kindness, and teamwork could turn even the darkest night into a time of wonder and hope. And every night thereafter, Oliver looked up at the sky, knowing that sometimes, all it takes is a little adventure to bring a whole world of light back to life. A simple reminder, sometimes, the smallest hearts hold the brightest hope. But this year, dark clouds gathered, and heavy rain poured down, washing out the festival. The village was soon enveloped in a damp, gloomy hush. In the midst of the rain, a little mole named Milo and a lively sparrow named Sunny sat underneath a big oak tree, watching the soggy sky. Milo's tiny paws ruffled the wet earth, and Sunny's feathers fluttered with a nervous chirp. "No festival today," Milo sighed, disappointed. "The sky is too sad to fly kites," Sunny agreed with a hop. Suddenly, Milo's eyes twinkled with an idea. "What if we make our own kite? Not just to fly, but to bring some brightness back to this cloudy day." Sunny's chirp turned into a smile. "Yes. Let's craft a special kite, something that shows the sky we're not giving up." Together, they gathered bits of colorful leaves, shiny feathers, and smooth twigs. Milo carefully tied the twigs together in the shape of a diamond, while Sunny added vibrant feathers to the edges. They used thick grass to create a sturdy string, and with their combined effort, their new kite was ready. It was no ordinary kite, it shimmered in the rain, sparkling with colors that danced in the droplets. With a little push, Milo and Sunny launched their creation into the soggy sky. It wobbled at first, then caught a gust of wind, lifting higher and higher. The kite's colors glistened, and for a moment, even the rain seemed to pause, admiring their teamwork. As the kite floated among the clouds, Milo and Sunny looked up and felt a warm glow inside. They had not let the rain stop their dreams. Instead, they had made something beautiful together, turning a gloomy day into a day of friendship and hope. From then on, whenever the sky looked cloudy, Milo and Sunny would craft new surprises, reminding everyone that even when things don't go as planned, teamwork and a cheerful heart can brighten any sky, and sometimes even turn rain into a rainbow. And so the village learned that sometimes, the best adventures happen when you dare to create your own sunshine. Life lesson: it's not about the weather or the obstacles, but about how we work together and keep our spirits high to find joy in every moment. Fluffy clouds that looked like soft stepping stones. Feeling curious and brave, Lila decided to follow the map, wishing to see what wondrous secrets it held. As she soared upward on her kite, she arrived in a magical fairy tale sky. The clouds beneath her formed a shimmering staircase. She carefully stepped from cloud to cloud, each one softer and brighter than the last. Up ahead, she saw a shy wind dragon hiding behind a puff of cloud. Its scales glistened like dew, and it looked afraid to speak. Lila approached gently. "Hello, little dragon," she said softly. "Why are you so shy?" The wind dragon looked down, trembling slightly. "I want to sing, but I don't know how to find my voice," it whispered. "When I try, I just breathe out gusts that shake everything." Lila remembered her own worries about speaking softly in front of others and understood how the dragon felt. She smiled and said, "Sometimes, we just need to practice a little patience with ourselves. Why don't I help you try again?" With Lila's encouragement, the wind dragon took a deep breath and tried again. This time, instead of a gust, a gentle melodic breeze flowed out, making the clouds shimmer with music. The little dragon's face lit up with joy. As they played, Lila realized that her voice grew stronger too. By helping others find their voice, she found her own confidence kindled. Together, they danced on the clouds, their voices blending into a beautiful melody that echoed through the sky. When it was time to return home, Lila knew that bravery isn't about never feeling shy but about trying anyway. She learned that by helping others, she discovered her own strength, and everyone's voice matters. All it takes is a little courage and a kind heart. From that day on, whenever she flew her rainbow kite, she remembered the shimmering map, the cloud staircase, and the shy wind dragon, and she knew that her voice, like her kite, could soar to the stars. And so, children, always believe in your own special song, and never be afraid to help someone find theirs too. Because when we share our voice, we make the world a brighter, happier place. A kind of courage he'd never known. The story told him that even when he's scared, trying is the first step to discovering wonderful things. The glow from the book grew brighter, lighting up the whole forest. With new confidence, Clyde decided to try crawling a little further each day, pretending he was that brave butterfly. Over time, Clyde found himself exploring more of the forest. He made friends with busy ants and singing birds, and each tiny adventure made him more confident. One day, he even helped a lost firefly find its way home. And though he was still small, Clyde's heart was bursting with courage, all because of a glowing book and a story that showed him he could be brave, even if he started tiny and shy. The forest was filled with joy as everyone learned that courage isn't about being fearless, it's about trying your best, even when you're afraid. And from that day on, Clyde's bright smile and brave heart inspired many other shy creatures to find their courage too. The end. Remember, stories can light the way when you're feeling unsure, just like that glowing book. Courage often starts with a small step, and every little effort can make a big difference. Storm but found strength because he believed in himself and asked his friends for help. As Kip shared his story, the birds listened closely, their wings quieting their fluttering fears. By the time Kip finished, the storm had passed, and the young birds felt inspired and brave. They thanked Kip for his kind story, realizing that sharing hopes and lessons can lift everyone's spirits, just like a kite soaring high on a windy hill. From that day on, Kip understood that stories aren't just for flying, they're for connecting hearts and making everyone stronger. And whenever the wind howled, he knew he could share a tale that might lift all of the village's spirits. The end. Remember, sharing stories can bring everyone together, especially in times of wind and worry.